Our specific site on Sagi Island in itself is almost like a microcosmos of the kind of Setouchi landscapes. A series of dramatic hilltops creating a series of alcoves and lagoons. So creating a very intimate relationship between the distant view and the sort of immediate surroundings. Japan is one of the cultures in the world where the commitment to craft and the care for quality remains intact, living and breathing. And in that sense, you can say that the Danish modern architecture is incredibly informed by traditional Japanese architecture. The tectonic honesty, the simplicity, the thoughtful choice of simple quotidian materials has very much informed Danish architecture. And in that sense, it feels almost a little bit like coming home when you go to Japan. So essentially, you can almost say that the design process was less about imposing ideas onto the site, but more about visiting the site, understanding the site, observing the site, and imagining how to best inhabit this very specific and particular landscape. And as a result of that process, we came to this idea of 360, 270, 180, 90, and 0. And essentially 360 is obviously at the top of the hill. You have the opportunity to create a destination that on one hand has 360 degrees views in all directions. That also makes it the most exposed. So as a counterbalance, we created an internal courtyard that is completely private from the surroundings. 270 is sort of off to the side, but actually offers 270-degree views of the surrounding archipelago. 3 units get sort of 90 degrees of uninterrupted views each, and a shared courtyard in the middle. 180 is sitting on a kind of peninsula ridge, reaching out into the view, but also withdrawing back onto the landscape, and of course offers views in 180 degrees. And inside the U creates this framed, almost stylized Japanese landscape with a single framed window. You look towards the distance. You can say first and foremost, the architectural sort of material palette is somehow very rooted in the site and in sort of the local culture and geology. So the rammed earth walls are using excavated material from the site, so it becomes almost like a solidification of the existing landscape. The photovoltaic tiled roof, of course, becomes a high-tech reinterpretation of the traditional Japanese roofs. I think today there's a necessary transformation happening in the space of hospitality, and I think there is a desire to explore alternatives to the kind of traditional model of what is a hotel and the star system, etc. And I think as part of that experience, the architecture and the design becomes a major element in the overall hospitality experience. And I think for myself, it has been quite important that wherever I go, it is important that I kind of feel at home. I think what Not a Hotel is trying to offer is to create a kind of thoughtful, personal, intimate, and carefully crafted environment that you can find that won't be the same in every part of the world. Everywhere you'll find another hotel, it will somehow be an interpretation of this particular country, climate, culture. It could offer the opportunity that you can have this kind of combination of exploration and adventure and familiarity and almost like a sense of home everywhere you go.